Welcome back to Black FX, guys. So I'll be taking you on my strategy, which is the combination of SMC and price action, which we all know as trendline trading. So first of all, the best pair on our list is Euro JPY. So this is how I started. I start out by marking out the highest high on the daily time frame, and then mark out a massive a major low at the day time frame also, and then I'll start marking out my levels. Start marking out my levels at this point as a first level, and also this is a high at this point. And there's too much to do here than to drop down to the 4 hour time frame, guys. Dropping down the 4 hour time frame, we can all see this massive um massive fair value gap here. This is known as FVG. This is an FVG where we surely see a reversal. So these are mostly the point where we do see reversals. When market do take support before changing direction in the market or taking support to moving in a certain direction. So this FVG is mostly known as also as a support level, understand? So mostly before market start going in the same direction, it has to take about 20% or at least 50% of the FVG. So using that support, trying to fill up the gap before going in direction. So then we can also see that there's a level at this point. There's a level at this point here, at this point here, and also a level at this point. We can see we can all agree with me that after this strong bullish move, this is like almost like a retest. Understand? This almost like this is like a retest. Understand? For market to continue to the upside. So I think there's not too much for us to do here than to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. At the 1 hour time frame, we can see this is like a liquidity graph. The whole stuff that's happening here is like a liquidity graph. Understand? This is more like a liquidity graph, and we can all see that somewhere around there there's an other block around there. There's another block around there, and also okay, I think I should draw on to 30 minutes time frame for me to make it more clearer. Dropping down to the 30 minutes time frame. Dropping down to 30 minutes time frame. Okay, at the 30 minutes time frame, you can also see there's an order block at this point, and this is a liquidity graph at this point. For SMC traders, they would like to take the trades from this point of the order block down, and the stop loss just some pips away from the order block, and then take a trade down to this point. But my strategy, which is the combination of SMC and price action, understand? According to my strategy, I just have to mark out my resistance zones. Resistance zones. So marking out my resistance zones, you can see at that point of liquidity, mostly that's where my resistance zone is. So after market just tapped into this order block here, after market tapping into this order block, I'll also wait for it to fall into that fall back into my resistance zone. I use my fall back into my resistance zones for me to take the trade down to the downside, rather. So my TP will just be at the high of this recent high here, and then my TP will just be all the way down to this FVG here. Understand? Down all the way down to this FVG, which is around that's almost around 1:4. That's almost 1:4.5, or I think 1:4.5. So which is a good risk reward. And not forgetting, this is also price action strategy. You can see there's a pattern here at this point. You can also see that there's a pattern at this point. A pattern at this point also. This is called a flag pattern. Flag pattern. And notwithstanding, I remember that I marked out a level at this point. This also level. This also level. We can see market taking support here, at this level, and also taking support here. And as soon as it took out this other block here, then also broke out of this channel, came back to take resistance at this resistance level here. And we can see that there's a form of double top at this level. So if you want to take a second entry will be just from this point, and then stop loss just above the high, down to this FVG here, down to this FVG. So that's how I use my combination of SMC and price action strategy. So I think this will be enough for the strategy. Then I think the next pair on our list should be Euro USD. Euro USD. I think Euro USD. And this so first of all, remember we have stuff on the daily time frame. First of all, we'll mark out our a major high, at the daily time frame, and also mark out a major low, and then we'll start marking out our support and resistance levels. You can see the strong support level. You can also see this is a strong resistance level at this point, and also another level at this point. So these are the major ones I have marked out. So there's nothing much to do here. We can all we have to do is just drop down to the 4 hour time frame. Dropping down to the 4 hour time frame, we can see that this is a pattern. We can see this is a bullish. This a flag pattern. This looks like a flag pattern though. So we can also see that at this point, market has taking support from first, taking support here, taking support twice here, and the third time, and then the fourth time taking support, and the fifth time taking support. Understand? And then we can see that this after market came to take support here, there was not enough buyers to actually push the market or further. Understand? So we can see that more sellers coming to the market to create a change of character. Understand? A change of character was created around this point here. A change of character was created around this point. And also remember, there's a strong resistance level I had marked out. Which is this level here. So I think there's nothing much to do. And also not forgetting this is after this change of character here, you can see this consolidation at this point. Understand this and massive number of rejections showing that there's a fight between the buyers and sellers at this level here. So what are we waiting for? Just we want to see who will dominate the market first, understand? And we can see that the sellers came to create this impulse, understand? Creating a change of character, and then showing that there are more sellers coming to the market at this point. So what after that change of character, what we wait for is for market to tap into our order block and then take our massive sales from that point to another level. So that's all for the 4 hour time frame. I think let's drop onto the 1 hour time frame. Dropping down to 1 hour time frame, we can see at this point massive number of rejection at this point. Massive number of rejection at this point here. At this point, I think I should circle it for us to see clearer. Understand? So at this point here, there are massive number of rejection after this change of character at this point. After this change of character at this point, we can see that the market had to go back for retracement before dropping downwards. And after that, we can all see this rejection at this point. Understand? This rejection at this point, showing that there's a fight between the buyers and the sellers. And what to wait for is to see who will dominate the market first. And we can all see that sellers actually came to dominate the market, creating a change of character. Understand? Creating a change of character at this point. Creating a change of character at this point. And we can see the dropping down to 30 minutes time frame. You can clearly see that after this change of character, the market came back up to take out an order block at this point, and then continue in the massive sellout. Understand? Continue massive sellout. So if you're using a price action, you notice that there's a pattern here, understand, showing that more sellers are going to try to come to the market. This is a flag pattern showing that more sellers are coming to the market. So what you just wait for, just mark out a level, is a support level. So I'm waiting for market to break below it and take massive sell out. So I just had to wait for market to break below this level and then set my sell to, then take the trade all the way down to this level here, to the recent daily level, strongest daily level here. Understand? I think that's one of the strongest daily level at this point. So that's how I called this trade. This is 1 is to 2.5. 1 is 2.5. So that's a good risk to reward on. So I think that's all for the combination of my strategy, which is SMC and price action strategy. I just hope you will learn a lot of lessons from it. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to actually support me, for me to be dropping more of this content. I'll be dropping more of this on filter content. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you, guys.